Namchi is the capital of the district of South Sikkim. Nam in Namchi stands for sky and Chi stands for high. Thus, the appellation Namchi means sky high in Sikkimese. Our journey to Namchi began from Gangtok at around 10 am. We crossed the Reserve Bank of India and the Sikkim Manipal University on our way out. From a local farmer, we bought a dozen oranges to last us the way. Our driver informed us that planned construction is in progress to finally add Sikkim to the rail map of India by 2022. The train route will supposedly pass through 14 tunnels, all of which are nearly completed. The river Tista accompanied us for most part of our journey. Right before entering South Sikkim, we came across a bridge where the river was the widest so far. We stepped out of our car and walked the length of the bridge. A beautifully arched gate welcomed us to South Sikkim. After driving quite a few miles, we stopped by a roadside stall to have some refreshments and take a little break. The stall owner was kind enough to invite us to her house. After having some tea and snacks and saying our goodbyes, we continued our journey forward. The road ahead was lined with quiet little villages and canopied trees. Our driver suggested to go off-road and visit a place hidden away in the lap of nature. Thus began our journey to Tarebhir. Tarebhir is located in Upper Sadam. When we got there, we did not know what to expect, but the sheer beauty of the Himalayan landscapes took our breaths away. The wind was chilly and came to us from all directions, but the sun was up and high, giving us the much necessary comfort. We sat there relishing the oranges and enjoying the gorgeous views. We lost all tracks of time. Our walk began with a paved pathway that went downhill. Beautiful dhupi trees adorned the side of the pathway. On the other side was the sweeping view of the towering Himalayan ranges. The walk was almost 3 kilometers long. The beautiful Tista River meanders through the valley below. Darjeeling and Kalimpong hills, which are at a lower elevation, are also visible from here. The walk downhill lasted almost an hour for us to reach to the cliff on the end of the hill. We sat there with our hearts full of gratitude that we were able to witness such a magical sight. Adjacent to Tarebhir is the restaurant Taste of Sadam. We had our evening snacks there. We started our journey towards Namchi at around 5:30 pm. The restaurant was clean and there was no dearth of hospitality. We reached Namchi at around 6:30 pm. By the time we reached our hotel, the sun had set. We stayed in Juniper Residency. The tariff was 2500 per night. After we freshened up, we stepped out to explore the city streets. Our hotel was very close to Namchi Bazaar, and so we decided to spend some time there. Since Christmas was round the corner, the bazaar was lit up with fairy lights and Christmas decorations. Like Gangtok, here too the market closes down by 8:30. After spending some time soaking in the beauty of the Central Park, we walked back to our hotel. We had our dinner ordered to our room. A simple mushroom mutter gravy and egg curry tasted heavenly on that cold night. The sleepy little town of Namchi wakes up early to the morning sun. After having the morning tea in the room, we hurried down to the restaurant to have breakfast. We had aloo paratha and French toast, and though it took 40 minutes to get the breakfast on the table, it was worth the wait. We would highly recommend this hotel for its location, hospitality, and food. We began our local sightseeing in Namchi at around 10:30 am. We crossed the Baichung Stadium on our way. The stadium was built in honor of Baichung Bhutia, one of India's most known contemporary footballers. It is owned by the government of Sikkim and was opened in 2011. For Namchi sightseeing, our first stop was the Char Dham or Siddheshwar Dham. It is situated at Solopok Hill, which is around 5 km from the Namchi town. From Namchi, it takes around 2.5 hours to reach there. The 108-feet statue of Lord Shiva is encircled and supported by a girdle of 12 Jyotirlingams. It has miniature forms of the Char Dhams: Jagannath Temple, Rameshwaram Temple, Dwarkadhish and Badrinath. Those who wish to pray and offer can buy prasad and other things from near entry gate. The entire temple complex is very well maintained, with all the provisions such as parking, footwear, storage, restaurants, etc. The Kanchenjunga provides the backdrop for the Char Dham. From Char Dham, we proceeded to our next attraction, the Sandusky Monastery. On our way, we encountered some playful monkeys and stopped our car to observe what they are doing. Samdrupse means the wish-fulfilling hill in local language. The foundation stone of this monastery was laid by His Holiness the Dalai Lama in 1997. Entry to the monastery is bejeweled with beautiful prayer flags unfurling in the wind. The speakers around the monastery playing the Buddhist chants has a calming effect on one. The monastery is ornamented with a giant 45-meter tall statue of Guru Padmasambhava. The monastery has a prayer room where one could offer prayers. Quite a few historical photographs of old Sikkim are displayed around the base of the monastery. We started from the monastery for our next destination. At one point, the roads got dangerously narrow, where only 2 vehicles could pass simultaneously. However, the panoramic view of the green mountain ranges that the road offered was truly spectacular. One major conundrum of traveling in mountain roads is motion sickness. We took breaks along the way in order to avoid uneasiness. We reached Rabongla at around 2 p.m. All along the way, the sun and the clouds played hide and seek. For lunch, we stopped at Tathagata Kitchen. It is a Sikkimese restaurant and is located at around 1 kilometer from the Buddha Park. The restaurant is clean and beautifully decorated and offers authentic Sikkimese food at reasonable fares. We ordered thukpa for lunch. After concluding our lunch, we proceeded to the Tathagata Sthal. The 130 feet tall statue of Lord Buddha is visible from far while approaching the park. The ticket counter is located right outside the Buddha Park. The park is enormous and could be explored on foot as well as battery-operated vehicle. There is an aura of serenity at the park. We were mesmerized by the sheer size of the park and the statue. After buying some souvenirs from the shops inside the Buddha Park, we proceeded to Gangtok. As Ruskin Bond, in his book Rain in the Mountains, Notes from Himalayas said, and I quote, "It is always the same with mountains. Once you have lived with them for any length of time, you belong to them. There is no escape." These words from the book came alive with our experience in Sikkim. On our way back, we stopped at the Temi Tea Garden in Temi. Our driver informed us that the tea produced here is of a very premium quality. The tea garden, spread out on the gentle hill slope originating from the Tandong Hill, provides the magnificent view of the surrounding village. Our plan to spend some more time at the estate was cut short by our driver, who informed us that there is some road repair work planned at our return route to Gangtok, and vehicles are allowed to ply on certain time slots only. With a heavy heart, we had to leave the estate in a hurry. We managed to reach Gangtok at around 8 p.m. and hurried off for dinner. In conclusion, we absolutely loved our visit to Namchi, and we felt that one day is not enough to do justice to all that Namchi has to offer. We recommend at least 3 days to explore Namchi in all its entirety. For our next episode, we will cover the road trip from Gangtok to Nathola. Please subscribe to our channel and share your feedback.